Apologies for the difficulties here on the technical side, but yeah, now it seems to be working. Nice to have you here for our GCS, our first game. And this seems to be one of the biggest outmatches, Hunter versus Infi. Everybody's expecting Infi to win this easily. But this game, if I'm not mistaken, is looking very good for the Peruvian. Perhaps a bit of overconfidence from Infi. He went for MK first, going up against the Demon Hunter first. That's never gonna be an easy game. So Hunter got up his counter expansion. He was able to actually kill the Expo, which was on its way to completion from Infi's side. And was able to delay the humans' progress significantly. So now it's actually very even in terms of supply, which is of course never what you want to have if you are the human, especially if you are staying on tier 2, which is what's the case here. MK with Clap and Bash, by the way. Excuse me, Clap and Bolt. Gets another bear here. He's leveling up higher and higher, close to level 5. Can that save this game for him? His hero is strong, yes, but only the first hero, not the Archmage, certainly.
Dude, I just flew like 3
flights of stairs.
Yeah, man, it's just unbelievable. Okay. Yeah, everybody was underestimating Hunter. Everybody said he's a free win, especially for Infi, but he seems to be in an okay shape. So, after the first good moves here, how can he defeat Infi? Because that's the big problem all the time. He hangs on, he fights until the last very footman, and can Hunter kill him in the end here on Terra's stand?
I think Hunter could take a passive approach here. Just creep up, play safe, don't lose your heroes, and the most important thing, don't let Infi expand again. Keep him on 2 bases, but if he gets to 5 heroes, Demon and Panda both, I think he would be in excellent shape, but he keeps on playing this aggressively with a pretty small force. Big Clap coming in right there. I think the MK is level 5. Yes, he is. Not quite sure what he's skilled here. Is that level 3? Clap? I'm not certain. Here comes another nice combo again. Drunken Ace, Breath of Fire, Heal Scroll is there. I think that's the only one on the human side, but here comes Militia again. And Hunter, oh no, did he not bring a TP into this battle? He didn't!
Oh man, he has a staff, but the Demon Hunter is super low, can't... Oh my god, this is everything slow. This is so much area of effect, and even more raining from the skies. All bears falling, and this is it, man. The recovery abilities of Infi, legendary.
But I must question his decision there. Why is he going creep jacking? He has the better late game army. If he was creeping towards the bottom left side of the map, get 4 heroes, get closer to 5, he can, you know, play defense. He can wait for Infi to come to his base. Or maybe does he not want to his opponent to establish a chokehold there? That's also possible. Towers on the bridge of Terranas. We've seen that a lot in the past. This is the new Terranas stand, yes, but the bridge is still very much the same. Mortar teams coming in. This is it was a very strange opening, of course, MK first and all that, but this is a very old school human army with casters, with mortar teams, but no 70 supply push towards the Night of Expansion, not yet anyways.
Yeah, it's Infi a little hesitant. What's the Mountain King doing, man? Holy shit, what a clap again. Just showing off a little, maybe. And he's creeping up. He's not even level 3 yet, so the Blizzard doesn't really hurt, but he will get level 3 here, this expansion in the upper right. The army, there's some good damage. He has mortar teams, he has riflemen, so he made up for the missing Water Elemental or Blizzard damage there. And yeah, that's such a big level up. And man, this MK,
oh, yeah.
Robe of the Magi and the Pendant of Energy, hallelujah. His Archmage is safe as well with a big Invo Potion and the Heal Scroll. So Hunter, what do you have to offer? A little Mana Potion for the Panda, who is level 3. That is so important. Anti-Magic Shell, Scroll of Healing and Invo Potion on the Demon Hunter. So he has a good army of bears. The 78 versus 70 supply. Hunter out of resources at the moment. The bears have a 1-0 tech. Is that enough? Both players have an expansion running for them.
Yeah, very unusual situation here. Normally, human in this matchup, if he stays on tier 2, which I think he is, will have to be the aggressor, will have to try to win the game earlier rather than later. But with the heroes for Hunter having taken a break from leveling for such a long time, maybe he isn't even so far ahead. This MK could be the X Factor. Once again, Invis, once again showing himself here with a clap coming in, Invol as well, so he can't get burned. And once again, Hunter doesn't have a TP. Second time. The first time, he got away with a black eye and he wasn't punished too much, but now everything's dropping low. I don't think he has too many scrolls of healing here. And him not getting a teleport scroll could really come to cost him. He could go over to the shop, close to his opponent's expansion. Not doing that at the moment. Fairy Dragons up in the air are very threatening, of course, against all the casters.
Those are the kind of mistakes that separate a good player from a great player. I guess Infi would never, that would never happen to Infi that way. And again, massive clap and blizzard combo. He's kind of able to evacuate, but look at this. Everything is wearing a crimson mask. 4 bears with a max of 200 HP, I guess. Mountain King still on the chase, and with, of course, clap. That's easy. 1 kill, 2 kills, 3 kills.
My God.
The mighty hammer falls.
And he's almost level 6, dude. And once he's level 6 with the avatar, he won't get burned anymore. He's gonna have so much mana.
Absolutely.
And
he's refilling with a mana potion as well. I like this staff teleportation that he wears there, and so much mobility. He's always there. When Hunter's trying to recover a little or heal up a little, Mountain King is there with a clap, boom, and then they're all hurt again.
And now, you were right, man. The comeback potential for Infi is always there. I thought Hunter had a firm grasp on this game. Don't want to be too harsh here, but I feel like he made a couple of glaring errors, which now put him into the backseat position. Even tier 3 coming up for Infi here. He's gonna have, what, a 3rd hero with this? And the MK, man, he's just fearless! He gets another kill with the clap bolt combo. One more, and we will have the avatar.
Boy, yeah, it's not far away at all. He's pushing into the base again. There's an engine protector. Oh, excuse me, there was an engine protector to stall a little time. But yeah, what can Hunter throw against this man? 61 supply only against an overwhelming force. The Archmage is leveling up more and more Brilliance Aura means obviously more clap.
Drunken Ace Breath of Fire combo. This one sits well, but I think he has the heal scrolls to use that he needs. And the bears all beating into this MK. Another clap, Blizzard, man. This AoE combo is just way too sick. Finally, there are heal scrolls on Hunter's side, but I feel like he saw this weakness way too late, saw the AoE potential of the human way too late. I think he needed those heal scrolls earlier. MK is level 6, by the way. He doesn't have mana, though, so he's retreating further back. There is more Blizzard to be used. D-mana dropping very low as well. He's still only level 3. Invul popped on the first hero, and GG out from Hunter. Despite this amazing early game, Infi comes back.
And of course he comes back. He always comes back. And leading this series now 1-0. Welcome to Shanghai. We have a new studio. There we have Hunter from Peru. Of course, what a hard task it is. The scene in America is not the strongest, and then the first game on a big stage on the World Championship is up against Infi. Hello everybody! This was a little stressful. A little like... As always, right? Everything was going so great, so there had to be a little problem right at the start, but we saw the end of the game, and hopefully you guys are not too mad with us. NeoTV is doing a great job here at the production. This little hiccup here hopefully was the only one.
Yeah, that was truly very stressful. Like we had tests and everything was running fine, and suddenly 20 minutes before, network error, and Neo running around stressed out. And I'm just sitting here like, should we try a reboot, maybe?
I was shaking in anger watching this. But man, this is hopefully what we expected. Well, this is beyond what we expected, actually. What we've seen here. I hope you follow us on social media to see what we've shared with you so far, the impressions that we have from the new NeoTV studio here. That is the new home of the Golden Championship series. This is our World Championship. We have 16 players here, $15,300 on the line. This is Group A today on this Monday, and of course, as you see, we open up with Infi versus Hunter. Also in this group is 1-2-0 and Shimiko. That will be our next game, but hopefully Hunter equalizes this and wins the map on the big stage.
Yeah, I wonder in the last game that we saw partly if his lead maybe, you know, didn't come to aid him in the end, because it felt like it looked like he was becoming a little bit nervous. It looked like, well, oh my god, I got a lead. Dude, I got a lead against Infi. I kill his expansion. I got to pressure, and, you know, try to win this game. Don't give him the chance, you know, to make all that use of that Infi potential.
Yeah, we all know how fast and how strong the human army can become, especially if you support it with this, like, with what came up with patch 1.29, the double AoE of humans. When you have that damage that we're sometimes missing with a few mortar teams that came late in the army, now they make up for it, have a stronger army earlier on, and man, did Hunter feel that.
Yeah. I wonder if after that game, maybe if he reflects and sees right now, all right, I made some mistakes, I can change it, and also it's first time on a big stage. Maybe he's got that out of the way now. It's like, all right, time to breathe, time to reset. I hope he has the ability here to bounce back. But if he keeps on playing like game number 1, this might end very quickly with a 2-0.
Exactly. Infi had a 79 supply army, Hunter just 73 at max, 68 killed units for the Chinese, 43 only for Hunter, and yeah, a 2k gold difference as well, but the biggest thing here is a 3 level difference on the heroes. I mean, a level 61 Hunter could have helped him at the end, but too far away.
And also the item purchases, like you go creeping, get a TP, make sure you don't die. Just get your heroes up to snuff and buy heal scrolls. He knew about the claps so early. But, I mean, he practices ladder. He practices, by the way, I talked to him about this, NetEase and on the Battle.net. Both, of course,
Okay.
NetEase being the harder place to practice on. So you don't really face that army too often. You're not necessarily always forced to go into a lot of heal scrolls against human in that matchup, but against that skill combo, he would have needed more of those.
Here we have the maps. Terran Ascent was the first one, won by Infi. Infi banned Ancient Isles, so we won't see that. Hunter doesn't want to play on Last Refuge. The next pick is Twisted Meadows. Hunter going into a longer macro-oriented game on Twisted. I mean, we've seen so many games here with so many expansions and tanks and towers and whatnot.
Yes.
Twisted Meadows, 33% only for humans, so maybe Hunter is right. This is the statistics, by the way, from all the NetEase games. So it's including the pro scene and the amateur scene. So maybe that screws it a little.
Yeah, Twisted Meadows always renowned for being a great warden map. If you're lucky, you get the Merc camp, you get a mercenary support. Obviously, you can eat through the trees, lots of creep camps. Human can't expand too easily, can't pressure too easily. Also, Moon, a player who shows that neutral heroes, first and foremost, the Beastmaster can be very powerful here, but Hunter is like almost exclusively a Demon Hunter player.
Yes.
Maybe that's where his name comes from. Actually, I should have asked him that before.
Kind of reminiscent of Watchief Rich back then, who was only going for... Well, like it's almost all the time the case for Night Elf players who emerge to the scene. They have so much faith on their Demon Hunter. It's rare that they try and go for the Warden, but that's super hard. I think Lawliot, the only player who made a name for himself, not with the Demon Hunter, but with a different hero.
Yeah. Foggy kind of started out, before he was super solid, with the cheesy strats.
Yes.
Then went into Demon Hunter, and then mastered the Warden. Nowadays, I would say even surpassing Lawliot. You could also, if you want to go super deep for a next map, Twisted, go into a bit of mind games. Last GCS Grand Final, not the Super GCS, but the GCS where Foggy took second place against TH, he also played on Twisted, and he went for the double fake out, the reverse psychology.
Yeah, true that.
Because he didn't go for the ward, he didn't go for the long game. He anticipated TH to take a very greedy early expo, which wouldn't get pressured, and then he applied pressure with a Demon Hunter early with Immolation first. So you can go for those psyche plays, but
especially like
again, not really Hunter's thing.
Take a look back to NSL in November, December. Remind made its way into the Ascension phase with a lot of Hunter's pushes, double Engine of War, maybe supported with Engine Protectors. Maybe you start with the Keeper of the Grove, try to get a few of the peasants, try to, like, with a new duration, try to get a hero here or whatever. This could work, so it's not like Infi knows that this is going to be a macro game, that this is an expansion play. He could be rushed as well, so he has to be careful about that as well.
And speaking of Keeper of the Grove, and we can talk about, unconventional heroes here. There's always the question when you see a matchup like this. David versus Goliath. When you are the underdog, what do? Do you trust in yourself to have a chance in a straight-up game if you play your best? Or do you want to pull out the cheese?
Yeah.
Where do you stand? What do you want to do? I think in casts we've had before, you have oftentimes advocated for playing something unusual. But is that maybe a statement of, inferiority?
Well, against Infi, it's so interesting how he never falls to that. He loses to Moon and he loses to Lawliot, and that's it. Like, he never lost to Foggy, for example. Doesn't matter what Foggy does.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's really crazy. Colorful couldn't really beat him with cheese strats. Same for Life. Life loses more often than he wins against Infi as well. He's just unique in the way he plays and in the way he thinks and in the way he thinks about this game and how he executes this. So if I would be an NF player, I wouldn't cheese Infi. But I mean, what
Yeah.
can you do? It's
I can understand the sentiment. Like TH and Infi, they really seem to be cheese-proof.
yeah.
They are renowned for being great random players. Infi actually surprising us all in the qualifiers, playing exclusively Orc
Yes.
and actually being pretty damn good with it. He wasn't the only one. 120 and others joined him as well, becoming part of the horde. Um, yeah, and he just seems to be so resilient all the time, survives against everything you throw at him. I thought Hunter coming here, having to play this game against Infi, the the human king of the past, maybe not so much anymore. But yeah, I thought it was going to be a daunting task for him. I thought it was going to be very humbling and maybe even scary to play against him. When I spoke to him, he sounded confident.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't know if it was like a bit of a facade that he was putting up, but he certainly had the words which were, well, poor Infi.
Really?
Yes, he did say that.
Okay, there is an interview with Hunter on our YouTube channel if you want to check that out in the break or after the stream. Very, very likable guy, and he's so honored and proud
Yes.
to be here. He really feels that this is not like, I don't know, man. This is a chance that he maybe never get again
Yeah.
in his life. So he's just so happy and so proud to be here. A lot of Peruvians, a lot of South America, Americans in general, support him here. He was looking at Facebook, checking all the comments out. He wants to represent his country, his region, and I think on map 1, he did well, man. He stood a chance against Infi. He knocked him down at least a little bit. He didn't knock him out. Will he be the one knocked out now? We are on Twisted Meadows. In the upper right, we have Infi, a former world champion from China. WCA was his in 2014. Hunter, his biggest accomplishment is of course qualifying for WCA 2016 and this very tournament, but apart from that, whenever there's a tournament in the Americas, he's there. Speaking of America's championship series back then, he only fell to Long Walk, who was coming from the winner from the lower bracket. He defeated him in the winner bracket. So Hunter, for quite a few years, he's up in the top 3 for the Americas, and now he claimed the #1 spot in the qualifier. Will it help here now? Match points for the Chinese, who didn't have such a good year, actually. He started off well in Seer Cup, where he made it to the finals against Lin in an absolute bonkers series. This 4-3. It was like, okay, 2018 is going to be the year of Warcraft 3. Here you have the final to show you, back then on patch 1.28, which was a 4-3 by Lin in the end. But then he got married, and maybe that distracted him a little. In the Doyu Super League, only lower bracket round 2. In the AWL, only quarterfinal. In Color Cup, 3rd place. Okay, yeah, that was good. And yeah, as you said, in the GCS qualifiers, after winning the first one, where he still played human, switched to Orc. Some players say he wanted to show Blizzard or NetEase, whatever, how strong Orc is. You can take that, of course, with a grain of salt, but he never really played serious in the GCS qualifiers afterwards. So the big question here is, how is his human at the moment? We haven't seen it in a long time. And how well did he adapt to human on 1.29? Those are all questions that you have to state when watching Infi.
Yeah, a lot of question marks certainly surrounding him. One question that does not have to be asked is if Infi has a chance of being a threat in this tournament. I certainly think so. Maybe he's not one of the top favorites. Those would be 120, TH, and and Lin, and perhaps even Foggy. Infi, what is this? Is this again overconfidence? Perhaps it's a Tinker first, as you guys can obviously see. It was a neutral hero build. This was early on scouted. Hunter is going for a Demon Hunter first, and a Huntress opening, and is this just a tower push? Just a straight up tower push across the map?
I mean, TH plays it. They are basically brothers. Their brains are melted together. So I'm not too surprised to see that here. But, of course, a mana burn against a Tinker. What can you do if you can't summon a Pocket Factory with a Tinker? Right clicks? Ridiculous. And apart from that, he doesn't have anything. So Hunter does it well here, gets a few shots out. He has to mana burn a little. He's out of mana himself, I guess.
The Wisp Detonate was really good, so actually the Tinker would have had the mana for a Pocket Factory, but the one Wisp Detonate makes it so that now he should be below the mana cost of that Pocket Factory, and he has 2 Ancients of War.
Yeah.
He has Huntresses coming out.
This is not that good, I guess, for this tower rush. But Hunter needs time. He needs his ult on time. The second engine of war is far away from the space. The moon juice is already gone. It is nighttime, though. But does he have... Okay, he does have mana burn now. And now we feel kind of the nerf for the Demon Hunter. The mana burn costs more, so you need more moon juice to replenish that used mana and therefore can heal less.
Exactly. So now, of course, Hunters are going to be great against footies, but he doesn't have Archer piercing damage against these towers. How many peasants do we have here for repair? 4. That's pretty good. Here is the one Archer. Even another... Yes, he went for 3 Ancients of War. So this is super investment into this early defense. Infi, this doesn't have to be an all-in for him. He could transition into something else. Transition into an expansion, tier 2, follow-up push, whatever. Or, of course, he could try to win the game right here.
Okay, how far are the towers? Hunter is putting some damage onto it, and the tower falls thanks to the Demon Hunter mostly, which is, of course, the main damage. Either one Archer falls, the second one hides behind this Engine of War, but can't be protected, falls as well. More Militia is coming in, but Hunter is able, or is he? Yeah, to knock down the second tower. Tower rush so far defended, but no healing anymore.
Tinker probably went for the Dust of Appearance at the shop. Demon, by the way, super low HP. Can he get to the Moonwells? He's trying to zone him away, and he gets the last hit with the Tinker from behind the trees. But it's a level 1 hero only. He's gonna be back very soon with full HP, obviously. And at the moment, we still don't have any towers.
Yeah, Hunter has 430 gold, though. Needs to get this one back. Engine Protector is up. The Engine of War is getting mass repaired. Demon Hunter is back in just a few seconds. And then I think the Tinker might be in problem. But we have quite a good army of footmen, which are hurt, though. But Infi and his footmen, man, it's such a love story. But they can't do too much against an Engine of War and 2 Hunters. So this one is defended despite the hero loss. But man, did he invest into this early game or what? 3 Engines of War, 2 Engine Protector, 1 Hero Revive. Good thing is, Infi is still on tier 1. But I'm pretty sure he could expand. Can he expand now with 3 Engines of War for Hunter?
And that's the question. Like, at the moment, he still only has 1 Huntress. I think it's only the 1. But of course, they could be coming out in quick succession. Doesn't quite get the surround here. He has a whole bunch of footies. So he certainly could go for the expo. Question is, can he hold it? Tinker, not really the strongest fighter. Especially going up against the Demon Hunter. Speaking of which, he's back now. He has around 100 experience. And it's going to be a nice round on this one Huntress. But there is Shadow Melt.
The story of Infi and surrounds at GCS's, man. Maybe it all starts here again, this legendary game where he surrounded 7 Fiends of 1-2-0 in this very tournament. Hunter is putting on pressure himself now, trying to kill the shop, which is a good idea because he needs to kill the footmen. He cannot allow Infi to get a critical mass of them because then it's going to be surround after surround after surround. So far, the army looks strong and he can buy another Scroll of Regen.
But Hunter, once again, by the way, we don't have our own camera control, so we're using the Chinese here. But I think Hunter, what I was trying to say, is starting to tech now, so he is getting closer to his second hero. And if he can delay the expo attempt until Panda comes out, and then use the Breath of Fire along with the Huntresses, that could be great pressure potential. He is gonna cancel, or kill rather, this shop, and he sees the militia moving out.
Wow,
Should follow them, of course.
What a move by Infi. I mean, showing him basically that he's gonna expand now. And okay, plan A didn't work, but I'll tell you plan B, and let's see how you react to that.
Alright, how much damage can Hunter do? If he kills all of the peasants here, that will be the dream. And then more have to be called from the main, then the Panda might be ready to win this game for him. So 2 trappers already dead, no more ensnares to be worrying about here at this creep camp. Can he steal some last hits? Can he get level 2 for his Demon Hunter? That would be so nice to get evasion here as well. And he gets the last hit with the mana burn. Amazingly done. And immolation, actually. No evasion.
And he saves level 3 from the Tinker. I mean, he needs another kill here, but there are no creeps anymore. So the Tinker stays on level 2, gets another mana burn out. There's going to be a Pocket Factory quite soon with the with the Pendant of Energy. That's helpful. But do you think this immolation was worth it?
It didn't seem to be doing too much. Oh, the tech is actually much further behind than I thought it was.
Oh, this immolation now. Gonna be a triple or quad kill, but he has...
Oh!
Infi,
Wow!
you god! Throwing a pocket factory right in his face. The Hunters have to help now to get rid of the shop that he's trying to open up, but is it enough? The lack of evasion is hurting him real bad now. Is he investing the town portal? He has to, and he does. Canceling the shop once more, but... Oh, he actually killed 4 peasants here.
Alright, if he gets a panda now, but we saw the tech just a moment ago, it's still around 30 seconds away. But if he had a panda now, maybe he could really roast all of these footies.
Yeah.
It's gonna be level 3 for the Tinker. But if the Pocket Factory is not in a perfect position, the Hunters can take it out quickly. This game is not over yet.
Infi, by the way, representing a new clan that we don't really know what it is so far. No more Vichy Gaming. This is a very unusual picture here, seeing RW Infi.
He's counter-expanding, I think. We see a red dot there on the minimap. No panda, but it is level 3 Demon Hunter now, which is of course very strong. Skirt Bone Chimes as well, very nice for him. And should he make it to Bears, also gonna be amazing for those. Footy Scout has been sent out, but he hasn't seen towards the left side of the map yet. Which should be that expansion. But no second hero yet. That should ring some alarm bells for Infi. What are you spending your money on?
Yeah, double engines of lores it is. Dryads, Bears, especially with the Vamp Aura. I mean, that's basically a no-brainer to go for Bears. But how much time does he give Infi? The tier 3 tech is going to take some time. The Bear tech is going to take a little time. And of course the Vamp Aura doesn't help the Huntress as they are ranged attack. Only the Demon Hunter gets some HP back whenever he attacks. Infi calling for a timeout. Oh, he has the mass build bug.
First time on 1.29
Yeah,
for us at least.
I didn't see it as well. This is a little unfortunate. For those of you who don't know, sometimes it happens in Warcraft 3 that you can't power build your buildings as a human. Then only one peasant is able to build that, which of course takes a lot more time and is a pretty big disadvantage for the human player.
It's extremely rare, extremely unlikely. It's kind of like a shiny Pokemon.
Yeah, indeed.
The negative version. But it happens here, of course, and that's...
What does it do to Hunter? I mean, this is such a unique situation. Usually when you play, I think you're in the zone, you have tunnel vision, and you play and you play and you play, and of course you think about what you do, but you are so focused. And now he sits there and he has time. Like, okay, this early game, I invested so much. Is it really good? Am I in a good position? What should I do next? Maybe he starts to questioning himself. This is a hard situation mentally, I feel, for a player that has never played on a stage like this.
Yeah, he has time obviously now to reflect what's going on in the game, and I wonder where he puts himself exactly. I don't think he feels at a disadvantage, because again, his counter expo is coming up, which I'm just saying now, we haven't seen it yet, but I think it is. But then again, he was at a big advantage in the first game, and he gave that away. I don't know. He said that he doesn't feel nervous at all when I asked him earlier today, but of course that's before you go on stage, before you play the game. And of course also now a question for the admins.
Yes,
what do we do here?
What do we do? I mean,
do we have something in the rules for this? I saw the rulebook earlier. And
the rulebook is right over there.
That case is certainly not mentioned.
No, it is not. This is a tough situation. I mean, there wasn't really a big advantage for anybody.
No,
I mean,
it's too even to be called.
I mean, you can say that a Demon Hunter against a Tinker is quite a big advantage, but no. You can't really give a win to any of those players, I feel, so this might be a rematch, and then...
Might be a regame, yeah.
Yeah, and then what? I mean, if you're Infi, do you play this again? Do you play Standard? If you're Hunter, do you open up with the Mass Huntress again, now that Infi saw what his plan was? I mean, this is Hunter's pick. This is him deciding what he wants to do.
Yeah, and I guess if we want to go into that opening more intensely, I was really surprised that he was going for that Huntress opening, because usually you can creep safely on that map against human, but actually it was the perfect call by him, because it was a very aggressive approach from Infi's side with that tower push across the map immediately. So actually he did kind of win the rock, paper, scissors of build orders.
Yes. I think his plan was to engine protector push because of the position of the engine of war, the second one next to the laboratory, next to the mercenary camp in the middle of the map, so it's just more pressure and earlier Huntress. So it was a proxy AOW.
Yeah. I mean, that's the nice thing about Night Elf. We keep on mentioning this over and over. It has a lot of versatility, especially on TM. You can play all sorts of strategies. He could have crept with that Ancient of War that you were pointing out in the middle. Could have crept the Merc Cap, got mercenary support. He could have expanded behind that. Could have pressured the expansion of his opponent, or AP push the main. That's a great thing about Night Elf. All sorts of things you can do with that race. Admins still seem to be discussing the case. What's to be done?
Gives us some time to catch up with what we missed so far. So yeah, we had a few technical difficulties, so we couldn't give you a proper introduction of what this is. GCS Gold Championship Series, the 6th edition is it now, man? Do you remember in 2015 when we saw this tournament, we were all like in the... Well, of course we were aware of WCA, this big prize money tournament, and then came GCS with stellar production, amazing games,
and the little forest in the
little
studio.
Forest,
do you remember?
It was fucking amazing.
That was super
and
cool.
It was Frostmourne as a trophy, so they stood out immediately. And now, in the absence of WCA, this is the best tournament we have. And especially if you look at this, what we have in the studio now, the best production, and they like NetEase values this so high. It's so prestigious now. Everybody wants to qualify. Everybody wants to win this. This is the dream of the Warcraft players right now. And it was 4 months of qualifying here. So quite a journey that these guys have been through. We have 16 players, 8 from China, 5 from Korea, 2 from Europe/CIS, and 1 from Peru, Hunter, that you saw in the game here. So today we have Group A with Hunter versus Infi, followed up by Infi by 1-0 versus Chimico. Those are the winner bracket semifinals. We will have the winner bracket final, lower bracket semifinal, and lower bracket final today. Before tomorrow we have Hawks, the group, right? Group B?
Yes, it's Hawks group. Yeah, of course, today...
Well, Hawks group, let's say it's Hawk, Lin, Moon, and TBCBM, so maybe it's Lin and Moon's group. But of course, we're cheering for our Russian.
Hawk always has a chance. Yeah, we have to cheer for him.
Dude, seriously, it's kind of a joke when I say he looks strong because he's bulked as fuck, but...
Oh, yeah.
I saw his games and I think Hawk has a shot. Not against Lin, maybe, but against Moon?
He was practicing so much with Foggy. Yesterday, like 10 games in a row.
It's really sick.
Which he also lost a couple of, but of course, you know, going up against Foggy, super strong against Human as well.
Yes.
Yeah, tomorrow's group might be a little closer. Of course, we don't know how today's group is going to turn out, but that is something to be mentioned. Of course, if you look at those names on paper, we have big outmatches. It's the best on it in the world, and for a long time, the best Human in the world. We're not too certain about Infi's shape at the moment against Hunter and Chimico.
My rising star, Chimico, man.
Yes.
Don't belittle him here. Insane micro, insane blocks, insane surrounds that we have from him. But yeah, he's up against 1-2-0, and his matchup versus Anet is not the best. Same for the Human Mirror, which is absolutely horrendous, to be honest. 0-14 against TH, 2-12 against Infi. That shows you he has a great matchup versus Orc. He has a decent matchup versus Night Elf. But Undead and Human, and with this group, I mean, it's really, really unlucky for Chimico. I still praise him. I still think he's kind of one of the few rising stars we have in the scene. Group C is gonna be, of course, on Wednesday with Focus Colorful, TH, and Lawliot. 2 Koreans, 2 Chinese. And in Group D on Thursday, we have Live Foggy Fly and WFC. So very even groups on Wednesday and Thursday, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. With our big hope, Foggy in Group D, it's going to be a story for Thursday and for the playoffs. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Honestly, anything else would be a big disappointment for Foggy, or for the scene in general, and I'm sure also for him. Probably the only player who never decreased in performance, who never got worse. Every time he comes back here, he improves on his performance or on his standing in the end, or
but there's only one way of improving now.
Exactly.
That's the big one. That's the gold. We do have a 5-minute break here to discuss the situation and maybe re-host this game or something. So we do have a few supporters coming in here, as I have to check on my laptop. Thank you very much, That Man on Fire, 25-month resub. Jellyfish, 13-month resub. WCS so fun. You mean Warcraft 3? I hope so, man. Aeroplane Blues, 34-month of resubbing. Love those GCS casts happening 3 years soon. And Mr. Love from Berlin, 19 months, thick studio guys. You deserve nothing less than 3. Thank you very much and greetings to Germany. Yeah, this studio. I mean, it's Neo TV. The name stands for quality, right?
Yeah, I'm hearing that joke for the first time.
First time on stream, at least.
Yeah, to be serious though, it's awesome here. Everybody's also taking very good care of us.
Yes.
Like, of course, Neo was in a panic earlier, but other people came into a panic on our behalf, which was nice to see, and tried everything to fix it as quickly as possible. And yeah, now we have it fixed. Fortunately, the thing that I'm looking forward to the most, which I'm also very interested to see how it actually turns out, is the live audience.
Yes.
The first time in a long time we have the pleasure and the privilege of having a live audience. Not for the group stage yet, it's not open to the public, but on the weekend for the playoffs, we're gonna have Warcraft fans here. How many? How intense is the atmosphere gonna be? I don't know. I'm really looking forward to it though, and it could be awesome. Like, I hope we hear the cheers from down there, from up here.
I'm pretty sure
on the
we
second
will.
floor.
Like, okay, where we are right now. Can I show it? I could start an Instagram live video to show where we are, but no. The audience, like, we are the last room before the main hall. And there's a balcony, we have all the doors open, so hopefully, like, we will hear it. If you will be able to hear it, I don't know, because these microphones are pretty damn good. So yeah, this is the second time we have a live audience after WCA 2015 European qualifiers.
Yeah, at Gamescom
so
back then.
The feels you get when the crowd is like roaring and cheering for players,
it's
man,
totally
it's
different.
Just the best.
And this time actually it's going to be a dedicated Warcraft 3 fan base at Gamescom back then for WCA qualifier. It was kind of, a mixed crowd from everywhere, gaming enthusiasts, of course, but there's some people walking by the stage thinking, "Oh, what's this?" So
a lot of people stayed, so I was pretty proud of that.
Not everyone was a Warcraft enthusiast, but a lot of them were. Actually, a lot of you guys, some of our viewers we met there. We met Matze and Matze. We met
Julian for the
Jesterhead for the first time, yeah.
If you're close to Shanghai, you can come. It's for free. It's not that easy to find, I think, but there's a rail station or a metro station pretty close. So we do have a few viewers in China, especially some Russian guys who we will meet again. They already told us on Facebook that they're coming, so looking forward to that. Meeting Warcraft people is always awesome. But
and another Warcraft figurehead in Europe who is currently residing in China is Rudan. Oh. And he will be...
I thought you meant someone else.
I'm talking about Rudan. He will be coming here to some of the days to check out some of the games and maybe gonna come on stream, but Rudan being Rudan, maybe not. But at least he's gonna check out what's going on here. Of course, he's still fashioning his basketball career.
Yeah, I think you have
he
a
won
better
another
shot
trophy, by the way.
Meeting him in a club here in China than seeing him on stream. But maybe we'll see. Another big Warcraft 3 person is coming. That is the creator of Warcraft3.info. He's making his way over for the weekend, and I'm very much looking forward to meet David. Such an amazing website, man. What they did in the past couple of days is exactly what this tournament deserves. We had an analysis of the players before the groups were drawn when the 16 participants were there. It took them like a day. Boom, here's your article. Then we had the groups, and it took them like 3 hours. Boom, here's your article. And then they saw, okay, there's 4 guys covering this event for you. We will introduce them to you. Boom, there's the next article. Then Ugri came here yesterday when we were setting up and preparing and the players were practicing. And Ugri, boom, here's your article. Like on top of pictures on Twitter, we had I actually did my very first Insta grind ever, and I had so much fun. So check out the stories. Remo actually had a little accident.
Instagram so far was not very enjoyable to me. I did one little Instagram snippet, whatever it's called.
For you, it wasn't.
And it came to cost me.
We got a little info here. It's not going to be a regame. They will continue the match at the point where we paused it. So I wonder if they have a tool to fix the bug, or if he has to play, or if he has to give him the time to get the expo up. I have no idea. Like, everything is so unpredictable. This entire GCS is so unpredictable. And yeah, we'll see how it goes from there.
I'm pretty sure it's just going to be forced to have to play with a bug.
Okay. That's of course...
But Infi being Infi, man, like... He can come back from any disadvantage.
I think so too. Thank you very much, Lasse Samenströmen, 196 bits. Thanks for that. And Romantic Fanboy has subscribed, so I like that too. Thanks for the support. And yeah, of course, we don't know what's behind this decision, but good for Hunter, I'd say.
It's kind of a precedent, I guess, for what's to come in the future, for how this will have to be treated, which isn't very nice for the humans. In the past, we always had regames in this kind of scenario.
But usually
Not
we had
anymore.
them earlier, right? There was then super fast expansion, then we had the bug, so not too much happened usually. This time we had a tower rush into an expansion, so it was way later.
Yeah, maybe that's the reason why they are approaching it this way. Like, too much has already transpired. A bug that I wonder, like, how that is, caused on a coding side. Like, this must have a weird set of parameters.
I'm the best person to ask about coding, man. We can maybe ask David about it.
Yeah, but this bug has been around for a while. It's not really too relevant because of how rare it is. I think this is the third time I'm casting a game where this is happening.
Okay.
And I've casted a lot of Warcraft 3 games. Sounds like for you it's been a couple more times.
Yeah, and of course there's gonna be chat now, like, it's been in BattleNet for over 7 years, man, I witness it all the time. But yeah, in competition, man, we really rarely see that. So it's been quite a long break. Oh, we do get another 5-minute countdown here, it seems.
好的状态。从小组赛一直到8强，然后再到现在，我其实一直在不断的调整，就是想努力把自己的状态找到更好。其实没有我。
Not too interesting for us, I guess, but yeah, they are advertising Hearthstone and all the other games that are playable on NetEase. But we will be here. We missed the first 10 minutes, so we will go through these little breaks here.
Something to make up for. Yeah, GCS, of course, has been holding like StarCraft tournaments and Hearthstone tournaments. Also World of Warcraft? I don't think World of Warcraft. But yeah, the last couple of installments were done by themselves at the studio, at their own offices. Now they have contracted Neo TV in a much bigger studio. This is their new studio where tournaments in the future may be held as well. Who knows? And yeah, it's really cool. It's very close to the hotel as well. Very easy to get here. Shanghai, very surprisingly, in the past, depending on where our hotels were, seemed extremely empty. I remember coming to Shanghai for the first time. I was expecting floods of people everywhere. Remo getting claustrophobic because I can't seem to make my way on the street. But actually, it's not very crowded at all in Shanghai. It's a massive city with millions and millions of people, but it stretches very nicely. There's not too much people crammed together or whatever. There was I always heard stereotypes, back at home, like 5 people sharing an apartment with like 30 square feet or whatever. I don't think it's that bad.
Well, yesterday we met a guy who lives with 3 other people and his room is 7 square meters, so that
I don't know if he's got his measurements right. I think he's exaggerating maybe a little.
So, if you're tuning in late, there was a bug in the game of Hunter vs. Infi map number 2. We're waiting for the game to continue. The countdown says 2 minutes and 50 seconds, and then we will continue on map number 2. The first map went towards Infi, so it's match points for him, but Hunter had a pretty decent situation in map number 2, so it could be good for him. Afterwards, we're gonna have 1-0 versus Chimiko, China versus Korea, the never-ending battle, especially in the Warcraft scene. Who's coming out on top? Interestingly, 6th edition of GCS, never have we seen a Korean winner.
That's true.
Yeah.
Of course, always Chinese. No European player was strong enough either.
Not yet.
But it was so close.
Yeah, the winners so far, we
time.
actually have 3 winners only, right? No, 4 winners only. With 1-0, Fly, Infi, and TH.
Yeah.
1-0 being the only one winning this entire tournament twice in a row.
Yeah, and 1-0 and Infi, both, of course, legends already in the Warcraft scene, but at the moment, we're not too certain about their shape. Everybody's still expecting them to win this group easy, if we're being honest, but what in the playoffs? What's going to happen there? Are they going to have a chance to make their way into a grand final? Because last time 1-0 was very disappointing.
Yeah.
Not even getting out of the groups.
But you can say that about Lin. You can say that about Moon. I mean, last time was so much craziness happening in the group stage. Nobody could expect that. And this time as well, I posted it on Readmore. We have 4 to 5 big favorites in this tournament with 1-0, Lin, TH, and Foggy. Maybe you can count Moon into it as well. I mean, you will disagree, but
dude,
he won the last tournament before this GCS, so I think we can rank him really, really high. And yeah, then we have a super strong midfield with players like WFZ, who's in great shape at the moment, I feel, with guys like Fly who can do everything on a good day. And Focus is there, who last time maybe overcame his offline weakness. I don't know.
Bit of overperformance. Moon, of course, he deserves all the respect in the world, but online and offline, I still stand by it, is a big difference. For whatever reason, Moon still gets nervous. He has been disappointing, is perhaps a kind word for his performances last couple of times in GCS. He is a legend. He is by far the most decorated player that Warcraft 3 has ever seen, but he needs to perform here. He needs to perform here. Also, something we have mentioned already heading into this tournament. There's a lot of players, I feel, that have to prove themselves. 1-0 needs to make up for a bad performance. Lin makes to make up for a bad performance. And Moon has to make up for a number of bad performances here.
Yeah, GCS really not his tournament. It's like whenever there's the biggest tournament of the year, back then it was WCG, it was BlizzCon. Now it's GCS and WCA. Was WCA, it is GCS. It's quite unbelievable how when there's pressure and when there's so much on the line, he struggles. Haven't seen the intro before, wanted to check that out. Looks pretty damn good. As everything here in Shanghai, except me. So we were...
You didn't do makeup today.
No.
Didn't have time.
No, I didn't
It's
have
too
time.
stressful. Guys, what do you think? Neo better with makeup or without?
Oh, shut up. And then...
you know I always find you beautiful.
Come on. Just keep saying that, I don't believe you. Yeah, who else is there? I mean... I've seen Hawk. I mean, Hawk is not a contender for winning a championship or something, but maybe he can cause an upset or two.
He did already in the qualifiers, defeating Foggy with 3-1. Very surprisingly back then. To be honest, though, Foggy didn't have the best day there. Had a very excruciatingly long day. But still, yeah, how about that? Hawk coming in to this tournament. Everybody was expecting Foggy, obviously, to make it. But I would have put... Would you have put a Hawk as the second player to come from Europe? Only 2 slots, of course. This time we have been demoted. We had 4 slots in the past. Now it's only 2.
We do have the game, finally. It took some time, but yeah, the pressure is on Infi with the Demon Hunter, with Huntress, with the Tier 2 tech being done, and with Dryads coming. He only has a Tinker, no Water Elementals, and of course Mana Burn against the Tinker is so effective. Right clicks from the Tinker, not really a thing. No Pocket Factory, no guaranteed damage from the Clockworks. So he absolutely lacks damage, but he has a huge mass of Footman, but Hunter coming in with a Panda.
Would he ever love to get to the shop now for Scrolls of Healing? But of course can't afford that right now. Oh my god, can he kill? Can he cancel this expansion?
I mean, he can't power build.
He can't power build! Oh, and he's taken off the headphones. He's not liking this.
No. You see this? It's ridiculous. But Hunter, man, like the best reaction to
He's
this?
abusing it, right?
Absolutely. Like, absolute no-brainer.
Relentless.
Absolutely.
Merciless.
Like, he thought there, okay, if this game continues, I will just right-click and then GG.
Dude, that's true. Like, he can just kill this thing, can he?
Yeah, but how do you want to keep this up with one worker?
Alright, Hunter isn't making this too easy now for the admin staff. Couldn't you have just left this alone, man?
Oh, man. Maybe he can... I don't know if... Like, can you... If you finish a bugged expansion, can you then mass repair it?
I think so.
I have no idea, man. I never saw an this bugged expansion finish. So
yeah, usually games are always cancelled.
Yeah, but Infi's face reaction was so nice. Like, okay, guys, you see this joke. This is a joke. Interesting enough for all the guys who are a little familiar with the drama aspect of the Chinese scene here, Yumiko is here as a caster for the first time, and I would have loved to hear Yumiko cast an Infi game.
If Yumiko was the admin here, this break would not have taken as long.
Yeah.
Would have been nope, has to play it.
Yep. So yeah, quite a rough start here. First, we had the technical difficulties with not being able to stream. Then we have this little hiccup here in game number 2. Hopefully, we get all the problems on day 1, and then the rest is fine. Speaking of things that are fine, we get a few new supporters here. Thank you, Dr. Medwurst, for the 2-month resub. Saisons for 100 bits. Thanks, he says. Go Hunter! That's what we all think. And Jesterhead coming in with a $10 donation. I remember the food in the Natty's office. Okay, yeah. This is a little bit for the budget in between. Thank you very much, my mate. So, what do we do now? You asked me if I expected Hawk to come out second.
Yes.
No way. It was still 1.28 if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. So he was playing a lot of Hearthstone. He was, I think, pokering a little, but I haven't seen him play too much Warcraft at that time. I would have, again, expected Orc Worker, because then he was still playing much and he was still in good shape. But he kind of lost his fire when he saw the Blade Master changes and is now down to poker. So, yeah, I would have said like Orc Worker or maybe even Cash. But Hawk was totally flying under the radar for me.
Yeah, I also would have put Cash up there, actually. Second place. I feel like he's been improving a lot. He got pretty close. He played against Foggy in the second qualifier in the grand final.
Yes.
Got destroyed, though. Holy crap, that was
Foggy didn't
nasty.
lose a single map in this qualifier.
Of course, his matchup against Orc is, I think, the best in the world.
It is the best in the world.
It's a fact.
The stats say so.
Stats
I
don't
say
lie.
so. You say so. So who can doubt that?
Life, maybe. Rudan, maybe.
Star shape for sure.
Serpent boards are pretty imba, Neo. Did you know?
I do agree with that. I just don't agree with the way he plays Night Elf versus Orc. But that goes for many people, like Law Lion, etc., etc. We will talk about that tomorrow or a few days later when we have an Orc versus Night Elf matchup.
Could be tomorrow. Lin versus Moon would be the expected upper bracket final.
Yeah, that's true. We've seen this quite a few times this year. It goes basically back and forth between them, so gonna be interesting who comes out on top. Of course, if you end the group first, Ugri, do you have some insights? Hey, can you give him the microphone?
Flying reporter.
For the first time on the stream, our French-Chinese reporter Ugrilainen, welcome.
Hey, so the story is now Infi asked for Hunter to wait for him to finish his expo because of the lumber problem and cannot power build it. So that Hunter will have to back out and wait and then go back.
Okay,
Yeah,
this
yes,
is like how I started to play Warcraft 3 at LAN parties back then. It's like 15 minutes, no rush, no rush.
Yeah, don't
They're
attack
kind of
me.
doing the same.
So Hunter is like a little disturbed by that, but I think he has no choice. I think it's a call from the admin, so
Okay.
we will see.
Thank you very much for the update, so we know what's going on. And here we have our game. Hunter is backing up as he is,
As he's been told.
As he's been told, he obeys.
Just listen and obey.
And maybe Hunter didn't understand. It's finished now, though.
Yeah, it is finished. So, question might be answered here if you can. Oh, here we go again. I'm pretty sure you missed our faces already. Back we are.
Finally. Can't wait.
This is a pretty strange note to start off a tournament.
I've never seen this before. But it's always a weird start at GCS's. Last time was pretty normal, I guess.
What was last time?
It was just the normal group stage, not too much. But the times before, we had draws in the first game of a series. So GCS first day is always up for strange events.
Yeah, and I must say, I'm not trying to speak ill of anybody, but telling a player in-game what he's allowed to do and not allowed to do. It's kind of weird. Following a bug, which
Would have been
normally
way
causes
easier
a
to
restart.
just restart the game, I think. But
Kinda.
I'm not an admin. I'm not judging.
There are a few things which are usually forbidden in Pro Warcraft 3, like the item pop bug and stuff. By the way, that one is not in the rules. Doesn't say it's forbidden in the rules, so should be allowed to be applied.
Are you sure about that? I'm not.
I read through them.
Yeah, but did you remember everything is the question.
Yeah, you know me.
Yeah, I know you, that's why I'm asking.
Remember like nothing. What did she ask?
You're on my level of humor now already on day one. Oh, that's...
We start off weak and get worse. All right, this is starting to feel like way too comfortable of a cast. This is feeling like Gerard Kablin cast.
I was like, I was prepared so much, and I wanted to start this with a bang. And now we're here talking, chatting. We can answer some questions from chat if you have some. Please highlight us because then we see it.
To be fair, it's a Tinker First game, so I think everybody is deciding. Let's start off clowning today.
Yeah, it seems like it. We have a few new subs coming in. Thank you, Novo, Messaman, and LinksX5. 25 months for him already, man. Thank you. Of course, if you sub, you get the replay pack. Not only of this tournament, but also from all the qualifiers. So that's a huge pack. It's like 50 megabytes already. And replay files are, of course, very, very small. So I don't know if there's another chance to get those replays, but don't miss out on them. So we do get some questions. Can you switch races in the tournament? Yes, but you can't switch races in a best of 3, 5, whatever it is.
Before the vetoing process, you have to declare your race.
That is
and then you have to stick to it.
Yeah, very eloquent, Remo. Thank you.
Thank you.
Will you get the camera control? Nope. We have nothing to do with the production, except I have to press a button when they change to in-game or whatever, or when I have to switch to a camera. That's the only thing we do.
Pretty micro-intensive, though.
It goes above my head, man. But yeah, nobody can blame me for camera control this time. I feel a little relieved. So it's only my casting that will be criticized.
Did people criticize you for your camera?
All the time. But I know. I do care, and I try to get better. Why don't they play on the LAN client instead of NetEase? It is a NetEase LAN client. So it's a special version. Explain what is happening. A lot of people just joined or don't understand. Okay, so for the third time, there is a bug in Warcraft 3, a very rare one. Remo said it's like a shiny Pokemon, that if you play the human race, you can of course power build your buildings, but sometimes you just can't. So this of course is pretty hard because the Night Elf is standing right in front of Infi's upcoming expansion, and if you can't power build, then like it dies instantly basically. We don't know if you can power repair now. It would be another issue.
I think you should be able to, because everybody can mass repair, you know. But Warcraft 3 is weird sometimes.
Yep.
Kind of. Sometimes it's spaghetti code, you know. So
usually when we see this bug, we get a regame. But since usually we see a fast expansion, not too much happens in the game. Now we saw a tower push that failed, and the backup plan for Infi is the second gold mine. So the admin said, okay, too much stuff happened. We continue to play this game. Then they did, and Hunter attacked it immediately, capitalizing from this bug. And then Infi said, okay, that's not cool. Then they said, okay, Hunter, you back off until the expansion is finished. And then he did that. And then what?
And then the expo, did finish, and Infi paused the game again.
Yeah.
We don't
really know why. So we'll see about that.
Maybe now he feels this has put him too far behind economically. I don't know.
But seems like Hunter, Infi fears Hunter. Or he really wants to make sure that he wins this. Like, no. It's weird. I Tinker first and then, like, he could go in. Like, if he's so confident to play a Tinker first, you should mean that he is able to go into map 3 and then.
Maybe he wants, I don't know. Maybe it's a principle thing now.
Yeah.
Maybe he feels mistreated or whatever. I don't know. He could very well still win this game. I don't think it's looking bad for Hunter by any means. But I've seen solo Tinkers being so far behind, but at some point they get level 6 and then they get lots of tanks and gyros and then they kill all the buildings.
What are the players doing all day? Only practicing or some free time as well? Well, they can do whatever they want, but everybody's practicing.
Well,
we haven't seen
not
colorful
everybody.
WFZ. I think those are the only ones.
Yeah, I think I saw colorful for a short period, but I haven't seen WFZ yet.
Okay.
1-0 I haven't seen today. He was here yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah,
Everybody
but,
was here yesterday, so of course you want to practice 2 days before a tournament or a few days before a tournament.
Hunter was actually really ambitious and really anxious to get a lot of practice in. In very unfortunate circumstances earlier today, every player here has his own SSD card to save his settings on, and you can swap that in and out of computers to make it easy, to get the settings that you want. And his broke, and it took a long time to get that fixed, so he was able to start practicing only very late today. Still got in a good few games. Some players chose instead to play some PUBG.
Oh yeah.
Not gonna name names.
I kind of slapped Laliat for that. You go back to practice, you brat. Don't play PUBG. And then he played StarCraft, and I thought, okay, it's kind of a macro practice, so that's fine with me. Predict the GCS winner. This is impossible, I think. Especially in single elimination in the playoffs. Having so many favorites and so many tier 1.5 players that can have a great day. Okay, they have... okay. There's a little meeting going on to discuss this issue now.
Yes.
So, alright. So time for questions and stuff. Whatever you feel like, go for it. Thank you, Nerto, for a 16-month resub. Yeah, GCS at work. Good time today. Well, this will continue the rest of the week, I guess. Except Friday. You have to find something else for Friday, because that's our day off. Remo, will you finally join me and Laliat and go to Disneyland?
I'm so sorry to break your heart the second time, Neo. But I must say I'm over the amusement park hype. I'm sorry, buddy.
Will you spend the Friday on practicing your Remo?
Will you practice with me? Will you be my dancing partner,
I'm in
Neo?
Disneyland, man. I'm busy.
But you're not all day.
Of course. Starting at 7, coming back at... I don't know when.
What are you gonna do there? You've seen all of it.
Yeah, but it's awesome. So I can see it twice. Like, if you take a girl home, you don't say, oh, I saw you before, don't come back. Oh, maybe you do, I don't know.
That's an interesting comparison. I don't know if I would say it exactly like that. So, we have an executive decision. We will have a regame.
Yes.
Only took 20 minutes, but now we have the call. The game will be rehosted.
All right. So, yeah, the normal call that we usually have will be executed as well. So we start at 1-0 for Infi again. Pretty bad for Hunter, man. It was a good opening. Then he gets this happy feeling when they decide, okay, we continue to do this. Then he has another happy feeling or positive feeling when he's attacking that base. And there's a pause again. And now, after all this time, he has to replay this hard situation for him, man.
Yeah, could negatively affect him. Like, this is stuff that when you're an experienced player, especially on LAN, you will run into. Stuff goes wrong. Things are out of your hand. It's not your fault, but you still may end up at a disadvantage for whatever reason. Yeah. And you have to learn to shrug that off. Don't get bothered by it. Say, all right, whatever. Deck has been reshuffled. Let's play again. Hunter, obviously, not a very experienced LAN player. Is this going to be stuck in his mind? Is he thinking like, I should have won that game? That's so unfair. Chinese, goddamn, I got that late. I had that game. He looked a little upset the way we saw him in the camera. When the game was paused again, he did like, this. Didn't seem so cool, calm, and collected in that moment. Can he refocus? Can he, collect himself again? Can he start from scratch? Reboot, if you will.
It's going to be so interesting what his plan is now. Opening up with the Keeper of the Grove, he mentioned that before to us. Could be a possibility. Switching up from Mass Huntress to Archers. Here we have the game, by the way. Switching it up from Mass Huntress to Archers. Or just play the same stuff again. In the bottom right, from China, one of the favorites is Infi, especially in this group. There we have him representing Clan RW. We don't really know what that stands for yet, but we will find out. And from Peru, the Peruvian Pride, Hunter in the upper right. So it is not cross position this time.
Makes for a tower push to be a little bit quicker, I guess, but because of the curve on Twisted Meadows, not much at all, to be honest. So, opening builds are the same for both players. Huntress opening for Hunter. And, yeah, neutral hero build for the human once again. But doesn't have to be a tower push again. Could be neutral hero, expansion. Just as well.
This is a tavern hero, of course, for Infi. Is it Tinker again? Is it a Naga this time? You got quite squashed there with the Demon Hunter Tinker matchup. But we'll see what we have. And yeah, the question for Hunter, of course. Keeper, Demon Hunter, Warden, Bottom Mass Hunts, Glaive Thrower push? I mean, no, it's a Demon Hunter, of course. Yeah. I've never seen a game of Hunter without the Demon Hunter, so that's out of the equation.
Yeah, especially like coming into a tournament like this, you want to play what you practiced. And I really don't think he played anything but Demon Hunter for a very long time. Or if he did, it wasn't really serious. So alright, is this going to be a carbon copy of the first game? Hunter defended at that tower push. He invested a lot into defense, but he did defend in the end. And Infi, with that information that he gathered from that game, can he do something with this? Can he maybe fake out a tower push? Can he maybe expand behind it, making Hunter invest too much into defense? It's going to be interesting to see what they choose here strategically.
Yes, and Hunter is running into the middle. He will scout the second hero with the first hero. It's a Tinker again. Seems like both players are playing quite the same as they did before, but Hunter, as it seems, not with a mass Huntress opening, but solo Huntress. I don't know if there's a second engine of war in his base, but it's certainly not the proxy AOW that we've seen before.
Could be coming up kind of soon. And yeah, the Tinker is not going for the aggressive, but for the expansion instead. If this is immolation, this could be sick damage.
And there is detonate to get rid of, I don't know, the next pocket factory maybe? And yeah, the Demon Hunter's coming in. It is mana burn against the Ogre Mage. Was that a misclick? I'm pretty sure.
That's very weird indeed. So obviously no immolation. The mana burns are coming out. Tinker is going to have another pocket factory if he's left alone now. He really wants to get this last hit. Is Infi going to allow it? No, he won't. It's level 2 for him. Pendant of Energy once again, very nice. He will have mana enough. And this was no damage done at all.
Yeah, there was a little bit of sloppy play for Hunter, a little bit unlucky as well. Not getting the item, not getting the kill. And it is a Pendant of Energy for the Tinker once again, which provides him with another pocket factory, which of course helps a lot against this mana burn. So what can he do now? The pressure will come with the Huntress, but how fast is his tech? It is going to be faster than in the last game, where he invested into 3 Engines of Wars and 2 Engine Protectors. Oh, it's a counter expansion even. He goes macro versus Infi. That is quite a suicide mission, but he's also towering up in the south with an Engine Protector. So he has like 2 plans at once.
I think it's kind of a fake AP. I think with that he wants to try to make Infi panic a little. Because in all reality, 1 AP isn't going to do much. Especially against the Tinker. And of course Footies and Militia are pretty good against that single one as well. Should be able to take it out quickly. And obviously only 1 Ancient of War. We're not going to have an overwhelming amount of Huntresses. They're just going to trickle out one by one slowly. The thing I'm most concerned with though is the Demon. He's level 1. He has no items aside from that 1 TP. And he is supposed to be the carry until you reach the Bears. Or at least the Dryads.
Yeah. The solution, of course, against Huntress and this pressure is towers, and Infi is also known as the 6th Wraith, the tower race, infinite towers. The Ancient Protector is up. No Nature's Blessing, so it's going to take some time, and I bet there's going to be defense. Again, oh, actually, no, against Huntress you don't go defense, so it does decent damage against these footmen. And maybe he's positioning himself into like the middle of the base and the expansion to cut the reinforcements and damage them. But what he has to do is to keep the shop down. Like, it's one of the most important buildings now for Infi to get the Scroll of Regen.
I kind of like this the strategy though for Hunter. You know, apply a little bit of pressure, keep him busy on his side of the map, get the counter expo up. The thing is though, at some point he will have to creep up in the north. And if Infi pressures this with a good number of footies, that could be dangerous. And here, however, is the shop which you mentioned comes in very importantly, because these footies are all hurt. So maybe they're won't be able to pressure that expansion creep.
Yeah, and as you said, usually Infi has so great timings with his footmen to attack upcoming expansions or bases or whatever. He has to take care of this engine protector first, and he parks 2 hunters there as well to support this, so this is going to take some time. Maybe that is the time that Hunter needs to get the expansion up and to save it. The shop is far in the back, everything is healing up.
Didn't see the shop coming up back there. So it's pretty interesting. He keeps 2 huntresses down here once again to, you know, give Infi something to be worried about, and he uses his Demon Hunter and 1 huntress to creep up in the north. I actually really like this. This is like some Moon and Foggy-esque splitting of forces and, you know, buying space. Because now he should have the time to creep the gold mine. He should be level 2 from this. The Tinker is running north. He wants to harass us as best he can, but I really don't think he's going to be in time.
Yeah, I really like how Infi was waiting until Defend is ready, so he's not taking any damage from the engine protector, let's be honest. But the creeping is almost done. The Panda is level 2, and once again the hero levels are an issue for the Peruvian. Only level 1 Demon Hunter, that's gonna change soon. But the Panda is soaking up some experience as well. In the meantime, Infi with some speed on the Tinker, that's quite nice, creeping up his laboratory, which is usually the starting creep for humans on this map. And Hunter, man, this takes some time. Pair of Vitality, not the best one, but Expo freed up, and once again, the Echo situation is 2 gold mines versus 2.
And this is shaping up to be like a straight up macro game. Expos on both sides, very slight pressure only, creeping, 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 big tech tree. That's what I'm expecting. If I was to make a call right now, I would say 99% this Tinker is gonna get level 6. Or is Infi actually gonna try to like end this game sooner? Would greatly surprise me. He has lots of mana on his Tinker. This mana burn does barely anything to him. Can he cancel or disrupt the Entangled Goldmine from coming up? He's trying to, but good blocks coming out from Hunter. Trying for the surround, but he's so fast with these boots and the passive.
Exactly. He has a Staff of Teleportation, was on cooldown, so his surround would have meant a town portal for Infi. Now we have Pocket Factory time. He does have so much mana. Again, we have a pendant and the Row of the Magi, so 4 Pocket Factories. And in the meantime, Zeppelin, Footman, bye-bye shop, no staff with that one.
And it's going to be a 2-pronged attack. I thought it was going to be. The Tinker could have laid siege here with a Pocket Factory, but no, now he joins his forces, his footies in the main. And these Moonwells might be in a bit of trouble. The Dryads are here. But there is a defend on the footy, so that's a pretty good answer to them. But this one Moonwell is definitely gonna fall. And the Zeppelin is able to save most of these footmen as well.
Yeah, no repair at all. The Panda throws out another Breath of Fire, but Infi's Zeppelin control is pretty damn good. There is a bit of slow and piercing damage against this, but he's not going for it at all. The Tinker wants to harass the upcoming expansion, or the already standing expansion, but with this, he's also buying time. Like, he did damage in the main of Hunter and even teching now.
Yeah, he's going tier 3. He wants to get all the experience for his Tinker. He wants to get to level 6, wants to become the Robo Tinker. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna see a bunch of tanks here real soon.
Yeah, I agree. Infi, TH, Romantic, they all love their tanks, gyros, whatsoever.
Shout out to Todd, by the way, who is also in the game casting in French. He's looking forward to this game.
Pretty much, I guess. And yeah, with a Tinker support that does good damage to structures as well. Or he finds the Engine of Wind before he buys the first Hippogriff, so most likely the Zeppelin harass continues. No, Demon Hunter takes care of that, gets rid of the Pocket Factory.
And he's not making a Hippo though. He has the supply available, he has the resources, forgetting about it for the moment maybe.
Infi is on 1.3k gold, 1.4 soon.
I mean, he's not made any units for quite a while. But infrastructure, infrastructure, infrastructure everywhere. Upgrades coming, towers coming, workshops, and very soon tanks.
Oh yeah. Do we have man on the Tinker? Nope, not anymore. But the right click is actually able to kill a Wisp here. But the Demon Hunter is still busy, man. He keeps him on his feet. It's unbelievable. Now he TPs out. Doesn't get a kill with the Panda. And still no level 3. Neither on the Demon Hunter nor on the Panda. And there's so much stuff coming for Infi.
So the important thing here is get Panda to level 3 as quickly as possible. And also probably Boots and Telestaff to be able to defend against the tanks. He must know that they're coming. He is level 3. No Boots, no Telestaff though. Also Ancients of War are going to be required with Nature's Blessing. Oh wow. His tier 3 is very late because you really do want the bears against the tanks as well.
Against the tanks, against the Expo, against whatever, man. Even if you go mass casters with mod teams, you want the tanks against the breakers. But he's not committing, like he's not trying to out creep him. I think he's just simply lacking the damage as well. Oh, is there an opening?
He could. Maybe.
Sometimes
maybe,
the Walker vision is weird.
Maybe the farm blocks it, I'm not quite sure. But he is applying pressure here. And this, I think, is catching Infi off guard because normally Nice would be creeping, get those hero levels up. But Hunter is playing this pretty aggressively, and this may be a decent timing for him. The next Breath of Fire is gonna hurt. Doesn't have it ready yet. There's a Clarity running, and there's another one. The towers come up, just barely. If he can kill those peasants, though, he may be able to kill the towers right after.
There's still quite a bit of mana on the Panda, so he might create a little barbecue here with the peasants. Here we go, double kill. Towers go down as well. And the Demon Hunter, this time he should have evasion with the lack of immolation. And now, floodgates are open. Infi only 2 towers in the main.
One more Breath of Fire is there. Infi wants to expand again. He's level 4 now. If the Tinker comes home, can he defend this by himself? I think he should be able to because everything is so hurt for Hunter. Yeah. No bears yet, no rejuvenation.
But the Shredder would be huge. I mean, there's always this mismanagement between, like this difference between gold and lumber, so you absolutely need the Shredder to have the lumber income. If Hunter takes that out, it would be a big pickup, but he's getting mass repaired by the workers here.
He is gonna get it in the end, but he may be able to get a new Shredder very soon. But Shredder falls anyways. Level 3 for the Demon. Finally, here's a Zeppelin again to save these workers as best as he can. But the 3 towers in the back there, I don't think he's gonna be able to take those out. And now, Hunter has to respond at home because Pocket Factory is there, and tanks are gonna be here in a moment as well.
And everything is hurt. He's portaling, but he's running away. That was never on purpose. Panda, super far away. Huntress, super far away. Dryads can't slow anything. And now the tanks are coming in.
A little overwhelmed, perhaps. That mistake. Usually it's not supposed to happen on this level. So the Demon can deal with his Pocket Factory. Kind of the Hippogriff is gonna follow the Zeppelin. Only 1 tank so far. Not, you know, overwhelming amounts of pressure. Oh, I love the Hawk, by the way.
Yeah.
In anticipation of that Hippogriff, gets that kill, being more annoying. Tinker should be almost level 5 here now. And behind all of this, there's a new base for the human coming up towards the left-hand side of the map.
And he's so annoying now. Harassing in the main, forcing at best a town portal, then flying to the expansion where there's no protection as well. This is so hard to manage now for Hunter. He needs a lot of multitasking. He needs to defend it like 2 spots at the same time. And he wants to attack as well. Here's the town portal that I mentioned. Or is it just a staff? Oh, town portal it is. And yeah, he just flies away and goes into the main again. This is so hard.
Infi's taking really, really nice trades here. He finally does have the bears against the tanks, and they don't have all that many armor upgrades yet, so they do get taken out fairly quickly, I suppose, but this is so annoying. This is so bothersome. And yeah, with that Dragonhawk being there, you don't have that answer of the Hippogriff. Zeppelin is low though, may not be able to save this human army once again. Hunter just wants to get him out of his base, but it's so hard to do.
Leave my property, but he's not listening, putting up his tent and stays a little longer. But the footmen are falling. This is a little more experience for the Demon Hunter and the Panda. Tinker is also a little low, but of course he can just staff away if he wants to. 3 main bases, or 3 bases versus 2, and tanks are still a threat to Hunter, who has at 60 supply, 500 gold. Infi is still in no upkeep, man. He is floating in gold. Almost 2k now.
Can't even see the Hippogriff up there at the very edge of the map. Expo took a pretty long time there to complete, actually, setting up towers first and only 3 peasants there. That's another kill, getting him closer to level 5. And the pressure just keeps on coming in, and the tank gets the kill as well on the Entangled Gold Mine. Of course, doesn't take any money to set up again. But time!
It's so sick how he had like 1 or 2 tanks. Okay, now he's dropping. Okay, didn't see that before. But yeah, it's not like the romantic style of play where you gather 6 tanks, right-click on the mini-map and just hope that it works. It does work a lot. No, he controls them very well, and with just a few tanks, he creates so much trouble.
Yeah. And Hunter, he's not mining at the moment. He doesn't have an Entangled Gold Mine. He still has a good bank, but you don't want to lose any of these big structures. The Ancients of Lore, they're kind of expensive. The Expo, can that get him back into the economic race?
Level 4.6 for the Tinker. Kind of close. Oh, can he get it? No. Oh man. Kingdom for Hippogriff right now. But of course the Hawk would have been there to shackle. What's Infi's plan long term? That's the big question. Where will he spend his 2,300 gold? We do have talents now for Fury Fire against the tanks. That helps.
I feel like he needs at least 2 hippos, maybe even 3. This has happened too many times now. This shackle just rendering this hippo so useless.
Demon Hunter is helping, so he's kind of a second hippo to free his flying friend there. But the panda is creeping up. I like that. He needs level 5 on this one to be able to defend 3k gold on Infi. And Town Portal out now, while the expansion is still standing. So Hunter defends this. Hunter has a gold mine again. The question is for how long?
Oh my god, so annoying. So annoying. Is this a TP again? No, it's a staff. Nice. Panda did get one there. And, well, you're right, he needs level 5. Level 3 or level 4 as he is not cutting it against these tanks, who, by the way, are becoming stronger and stronger with more and more upgrades. Infi just started production. He is down to 1.6k gold, almost at 80 supply already. And it wouldn't surprise me if it's all tanks.
Me neither. Maybe a Griffin or so, or another Hippo. Dragonhawk. Is he finally able to get this super annoying Zeppelin? Hunter never massed or grouped 2 Griffins together, 2 Hippos together, so that's certainly an issue. And he saves himself. So he unloads. The Zeppelin is down. So these tanks will die, but so much damage, man. 3-2 upgrades on the tanks.
But if Hunter stabilizes now, if he gets his 3 mines up and good defense in all the bases, so he doesn't lose them too easily anymore, this could still very well be doable. Because the Tinker, he's not that great of a fighter. He's really good at on level 6 at taking out buildings. But against bears and good Night Elf heroes?
We do have Knight's Mortars now, the transition from Infi, so your prediction with the tanks was wrong, but he's still using them to distract and buy even more time. He's still 2,700 gold, man. It's unbelievable. Infi enjoys this. Infi really plays a little PvE, as it seems, creeping at the shop. Hunter has a second expansion up in the bottom right. Let's not forget about that. So he has 2 gold mines at the moment against 3. But as long as Infi can distract with tanks, Blood Mage by the way, I think he's fine.
Alright, so he's transitioning out of tanks into a real army here, as it seems. Blood Mage is, once he has level 3, it's going to be so nice against the Demon Hunter. Suck him dry so he can't burn you anymore, and then Paladin third most likely. But no third hero yet for the human. Is he going to kill his Entangled Gold Mine once again? Might be good enough with the Clockworks. I think it is. Ooh, it's so close.
Mass Repair saves him, but he gets level 5, and next time the Clockworks will be stronger. We have, what was the item? Didn't see it, but the Blood Mage, I mean, what does the Blood Mage do? Flame Strike?
Siphon, I think.
Yeah, Siphon, of course. That's a no-brainer.
But we also saw Banish. He used it here against the creeps.
Ah, okay. Then I don't really understand this. There's no nuke on the Tinker, so it's not like Banish Bolt or whatever. Siphon against the Panda, yeah, I do see that. Okay, Panda's about to be level 5 here, by the way. Pretty damn tanky with the belt and the boots there. Of course, the boots will go to the Demon Hunter for more damage. Will we see ultimates in this game, and on what side? Level 3 pocket factory. He's attacking the base once again. I'm just waiting for the Zeppelin to arrive. And
He
finally
lost a lot of moonwells there, didn't he? Was a lot more before.
He finally has 2 hippogriffs.
Blood Mage with so much mana here. Pendant of mana plus the Robe of the Magi. And the Tinker dies to the Demon solo. Whoops. He wasn't paying attention there. That's a lot of experience for this Demon Hunter.
Is he again getting overconfident? It allows Hunt to come back in this game. If we see Metamorphosis and if we see Earth, Storm and Fire from the Panda, this game is Hunter's to take for sure.
But if Infi comes back home here, this should be an easy defense. He has Griffins, and this army is basically no anti-air, but this is going to be some nice breaths of fire against the peasants. More and more kills, more and more experience. The one anti-air unit, the Dryad, has already fallen, and here comes the TP home. Please, Hunter, have a TP this time.
Oh, see it, Breath of Fire comes in, he's greedy for experience and kills.
He doesn't have a TP again.
He does have a staff, there is this
Oh
able with Siphon though, but yeah, the army is falling. So many losses for the Peruvian, he's down to no upkeep again. I mean, it's nice to not paying taxes, but you don't want to lose your 20 supply there. The Entrance of War not helping. Hunter seems a little bit overwhelmed when it comes to macro. And this is exactly why you should never, ever, ever play a macro game versus Infi if you can avoid it.
And again, the TP missing. Like, if you commit so deep into the base, how can you do that without a TP, Hunter? Second time this massive mistake reoccurring. After game number 1, more teams and a big army as well by now going to take out this third base. Bye-bye. Super supply stuck, by the way, now is what Hunter is.
And now it's clobbering time. I mean, the Knights, the Mortars, it's so easy to kill buildings. And he doesn't have too much to stand against it. Hunter's floating in 1,000 gold again, spending it now. He was a little greedy, I feel, but this is such an overwhelming mass for Infi now, who has 80 supply and 2,400 gold.
And this does kind of look like an
only
game.
the ultimates can save him somehow. And then he needs a genius play. But he's still a little bit far away. Level 4, by the way, on the Blood Mage, who has 790 mana thanks to the Pendant and the Robe.
And now he's moving forward. This is the time, it looks like Infi feels, to finish off this game. More team damage from range, gonna get rid of these Moonwells. Drangai's Breath of Fire, nice combo, lots of damage here from this level 5 Panda, and he will have to carry this for Hunter. There's lots of Scrolls of Healing as we're being shown right here. He's still holding on to it. There is one of them. Siphon mana, the Panda can't even make use of his mana points. He has a mana potion. There we go, Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire. That one hit like barely anything, if anything, and the Hippos get shackled way too easily on the ground. The Bears don't win the fight. It's being won by the Knights. The Blood Mage in trouble, though. He might be forced into the Invo. With that, he survives. Level 2 for the Paladin. Saves his buddy. And there's like nothing left for Hunter.
Love the bandage on the Demon Hunter now. I mean, not even his damage can save him now. The final bear has fallen. Colpita, nice staff to save the Blood Mage as well. The Paladin is there in case there's something needs healing. And yeah, only 2 heroes remaining as it seems. There is a little bit of supply on Hunter's side remaining, but Infi has the dominant force. Infi still has 77 supply. Infi still has 1.7k gold. Demon Hunter's chasing the Paladin a little bit, but yeah, it's just a matter of time at this point. Hunter can just pray and hope.
Yeah, no base even. We're gonna have 4 base human. However, the main has expired. That means the Night Elf main is also soon gonna expire. Gonna get him down to only 1 base for Hunter. At this point, I even wonder, double ultimates, is that gonna be good enough?
Yes. And there was this last straw of hope, which was really far away. But I mean, the Tinker's getting closer and closer to 6 as well. Oh, nice Scroll of Protection before the Breath of Fire.
Everything is really hurt here, so Infi could overextend here. Seems like he doesn't want to do that. He's retreating back to his 4th base. I feel like we're casting StarCraft here, to his 4th base. What it is.
True that. Are the boots of Koltala still on the Panda, by the way? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, this is nervousness for sure. There were quite a few mistakes. Maybe the regame got closer to him than it should.
Alright, he's gonna grab the mana potion here. And by now he really should have noticed the Boots of Quel'Thalas, but alright. Doesn't get the potion either. He still has a good bank here. And the Panda's damage output is significant.
Yeah, I think he's trying to stay at 50 as long as he can to get this little bit of more gold. But I don't think that's working, man. Belt of Giant Strength, Soul, double mana potion.
Alright.
So the Breath of Fire is surely his solution, as it seems.
Panda chilling, checking out what's going on in the south. Big combo again against the tier 3 human army. There's also, by the way, an anti-magic potion on the Panda. Not get siphoned. There's the first mana potion used. Pocket Factory, yeah, that dies quickly against the bears if it's far forward. Tinker pretty much out of mana here. Blood Mage bravely moving forward. Banish and siphon, but here it is. Anti-magic. Drunken's Breath of Fire once again. Good damage, but there should be Scrolls of Healing. So much mana on this Paladin as well. But the bears on the ground, they don't seem to be doing it anymore. Demon getting siphoned as well. He is out of mana now officially. Paladin in the back is in trouble, but will survive with a Divine Shield. Breath of Fire coming in once again. The towers are going to be covering those mortar teams, and the bears have to retreat. Everybody's low. Everything's hurt here for Hunter. And Infi holds.
Of course, he does. He does it with 78 supply. We'd love to see the upgrades. 2-0 on the Hawks already. It's quite a strong army he has there. Infi is just playing with Hunter, or is there really a chance to come back? There's no tanks. This is very uncharacteristic for Infi to like not build a few tanks and send them to just buy more time or to breathe a little.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna go ultra lame here, just nothing but tanks, Tinker, Zeppelin drops, all that stuff, nothing else. But no, he did go into a real army.
Oh, there we go.
Tank drops are still continuing. Light tank pressure though, only the one in there.
Very long series here, by the way. We started 2 hours ago. With quite a few issues here and there.
Could be one of our longest 2-0s we've ever had.
True that. Close to level 6. Tinker, of course we want to see the ultimate at some point. But everything is burning, man. He just needs kills. He's doing a lot of damage, yes, but he can't get the kills, can't get the experience, can't get the ult.
Staff home again, can't be cancelled. Absolutely safe. Bears in trouble again. Griffins with all that magic, of course. Great damage. Dude, it's taken forever to just deal with this harassment, to just deal with these pocket factories.
Yeah, but Hunter is still in no upkeep. I mean, he has... Oh, the main gold mine has expired. Okay, so he's down to 1 base. Actually, Infi's expansion has expired as well, so it's 1 base versus 2. Not so overwhelming. The Paladin no, can't get focused. Demon Hunter is finally in now, getting banished, and of course the Griffins do a lot of damage to him then. In the absence of Stormbolt, he shouldn't really be in danger.
Drunken's Breath of Fire did good damage, but that was the only one he had. He doesn't have mana potions anymore. He's getting siphoned over and over. The demon is low. He's not level 6. Even if he was, I don't think this would be good enough. In the main, this might be the death throes of Hunter here. He's being chased now. Invul transferred demon. Running away. Not forced to use it yet. Scroll of Healing here on the Night Elf side keeps these bears healthy a little bit longer, but the chase is real. He loses one more. The Griffins are fast enough to take out these bears one by one, and now he's down to only 33 supply against 80 on Infi's side with 3,000 gold as well.
Yeah, Hunter is supply stuck. He does have a good bank, but he can't spend it except on items. And again, the mortar teams. Oh, this is quite a good target for the Panda to get a few kills. But, uh-oh. Is this a surround somehow? No, he doesn't have banish. That slows down the Panda. Well, not at the moment at least. He should be like afraid of losing those 2 production buildings because they're kind of like the last they have. Nice save for the Demon Hunters coming in. There's no mana burn possible as he has no mana. Ooh, still burning. Look too juicy, I guess.
Dude, that Paladin is like on 10 HP, but he keeps him alive somehow. Hunter getting frothy around the mouth here. Wants to. I was like, what cooldown? I think I'm gonna finish this game. Countdown, but no. Alright, he's going for this only remaining gold income, and he's gonna kill the tree. Is he?
Level 5 on the Demon Hunter getting banished instantly. Infi wants to shine a little longer, kills another bear, and that should be it. He's just waiting for Hunter to tap out, and that is Infi in the winner bracket. Final Hunter throwing down, no big surprise, no huge upset. but a very, very long game on Twisted. The WCA champion prevailed from 2014, one step closer to the playoffs.
And yeah, the better player there, I guess, showing that he can win the game even if at a disadvantage. First game certainly, Hunter had a big advantage. Second game even I would say he still had an advantage, but Infi is pressure relentless with that Tinker. Especially that early Dragonhawk was so good for his Zeppelin pressure.
That's
shackles the Griffin, the Hippogriff, and then keeps on dropping, never leaves him alone.
Yeah, that's exactly why I would love to have a kill counter in Warcraft like they have in StarCraft. Like, that must have been 6 or 7 hippos that he got with this Dragonhawk alone, just through shackles. But yeah, you're right. Like, he out-macroed him, clearly. Hunter not on the level to meet Infi on multitasking. I mean, who is? Moon, maybe. Foggy, apparently not when we see the statistics, but I think it was a wrong choice to go macro against him.
Yeah, maybe his initial idea was because he started with the Huntress opening, not with creeping. Maybe he wanted to be safe against, tower pushes, which he was before the regame, and then also be able to pressure the expansion, which he also did, but not try to kill it. He expanded behind it. It all sounded like a solid game plan. But it just seems like if you give Infi too much time, it's just gonna.
He did pull it off good strings. Like, he had early talents against the tanks. He went for a Panda, which for a long time he was quite low level. Same for the Demon Hunter. So I don't know. But he was there. He had staffs of teleportation and preservation. So he was there when he was needed. But it was hard. Look at this: 30,000 gold for Infi. 125 kills for Hunter though. So 50 more, but yeah, it's like 8k gold and those hero levels. The Tinker actually went to level 6, didn't see that
at the very, very end. So that prediction did just barely hold on for me. Didn't see the Robo Tinker though.
And Infi, he does not want to drop in the group stage again like last time. He wants to make it to the playoffs in this group with 1-2-0 and Chimiko, who will be next, Undead versus Human. With 1-2-0 being the clear favorite, one of the top 4 favorites in this very tournament, a 2-time champion. But yeah, Hunter, he's not out yet. He still has a chance in the lower bracket. Some people say if he wins a map, that would always already be a surprise and would always be a big advantage. Here we have the highlights again from map 1. That was the big turnaround. Hunter not having a town portal here in this very fight threw him the game.
Yeah, and from that actually, he even comes back, and then later on, perhaps we're gonna see it, he's gonna be missing a TP once again. Or was this the second time already? I'm not sure. I really thought, man, he's playing such a good game here. He had such a good start, but Infi, when given the time, he will find a way back. And that AoE combo, I wonder, like, against quote-unquote better players, are we gonna see more of that? Clap, Blizzard? Or is this just something reserved for the likes of Hunter, maybe?
Because we started so late, I don't really know if Infi stole all the heal scrolls. But of course heal scrolls are a solution against that for now. Or just disabling the Mountain King better, not allowing him to get into those positions. Maybe burn him earlier, but yeah, once he's there, once you have that epicenter slow, and then Blizzard hits you, it's so hard. That was map number 1. Map number 2 was Twisted, and yeah, this time no tower rush, this time just a straight up expansion versus expansion game where Infi, with his superior macro and decision making, beat Hunter quite clearly.
Now on tier 2, nowadays a lot of Night Elves will go for, in an expansion game, will go for Ancient of Lore and Ancient of Wind to have that hippo out immediately. Hunter did not do that, and that came to hurt him severely. Like, how long he was stuck in his base, just defending. So many minutes. First the Tinker and the Zeppelin, then the tanks came. Seemed to be on the back foot for pretty much the entirety. The Panda got very strong, but the Panda by himself was not quite strong enough to win this game for him.
Too many mistakes in the end, so there you can't allow mistakes against Infi, I think. So we go into a little break here. 8-minute countdown, then maybe we get Hunter as well. Otherwise, we will put it on YouTube later or on Instagram. We'll see about that. But yeah, first the small little break here. From Shanghai, we follow up with 120 versus Chimiko. Stay tuned.
因为暴雪还在坚持的更新这么一款经典的游戏。
自从有了官方对战比赛以后，玩家的数量或者说魔兽的口碑也一步步在增长。
我主要是喜欢魔兽争霸的编辑器的一些功能，可以去做一些炫酷的特效，就像我们创造一个世界一样，拥有自己的那种成就感。
投入地图是需要花费大量的时间，一个技能甚至可能会做上就是几小时。
官方平台也有去号召玩家说，把地图质量做好的前提下，是可以通过商城增加你一定额外收入的。在未来，把魔兽作为一个职业是完全有可能的。
每一次作者上龙良好的促进平时见不着面的作者在线下来一次交流，分享自己的经验。
我把地图做好的前提下，魔兽的发展可以带给作者更多的收获，带给玩家更多的快乐。网易和暴雪在这面达成了非常一致的共识，不断优化我们的产品，让每位地图开发者能真正开发出更加优秀的游戏，把我们的整个产品平台带向一个更广阔的未来和空间。
这是《星际争霸2》有史以来最大的改动，免费游戏。梦想过率领自己的军队跨越星际去执行任务吗？那就从《星际争霸2》的单人战役模式开始吧。你可以免费畅玩《自由之夜》战役，该模式适合即时战略游戏新手。对决模式是即时战略游戏的核心玩法，从3个种族中选择一个。无畏的人类，贪婪的异虫，高贵的精灵，打造自己的大军，展现战略头脑，迈向胜利。所有的对决模式都完全免费，你通过玩游戏就可以解锁天梯的资格。合作指挥官任务，扮演星际争霸的知名角色，发挥你所选择的指挥官的特长，使用独特技能，令敌人灰飞烟灭吧。所有指挥官都可以免费升到5级，其中 Rainer、Kerrigan、Atanis 3位指挥官没有升级限制。现在是新玩家加入《星际争霸2》和老玩家回归的最佳时机，因为《星际争霸2》已经免费。我们对《星际争霸2》的崭新篇章充满期待，祝大家好运！
生生不息的仇恨，一再破裂的盟约。我们为分享这世界付出了太多，已经忘了是什么让我们变得强大。
密集队形，整体推进。落单轮是我们的，陛下，他已经走投无路了。